What's going on, everybody? This is TFG Tonight, political media, and I really don't know what to say about what I just saw. It was an S show for sure, and I'm a tad bit embarrassed by it all. This is supposed to be a debate by hey Tam, hey Candace, hey Time Harmonics. I'm just a bit taken aback. This was supposed to be a debate, and I'm not sure what it was. I am just really, I'm like, it made me very tired, that's for sure. But what did we just see, guys? What was this? What are your takeaways? Trash.
I take my trash out on Tuesdays. Doggone it. And he made me Mr. Trash Man.
Trash.
God, dog
Who won? Was there a winner?
Yeah. The networks. They just made money.
By far the best comedy central. I can only imagine what's about to happen on Saturday Night Live. That was spectacularly. It was the best comedy I've seen in my whole entire life. All I could do was laugh.
What was some interesting parts? Shahana, I heard you and really enjoyed this. I heard it was the best thing. You put it on TiVo and you'll be watching it again tomorrow.
I actually really did enjoy this debate. I was up here screaming and acting like it was like a fight, but it was a sham. It was crazy.
Can I tell y'all something?
Yes, sir.
And I'm being serious about this, man. Like, I'm cool and I respect y'all for what y'all saying about y'all enjoyed it. But this is the problem, man. Like, this is what we've been having to deal with for decades, which is people manipulating other people to think that this ain't no sham. Bro, this dude literally listen, Michael Cohen told us a long time ago, this is what Trump does, right? Trump cheats. Bro, he'll agree to something and come right on stage knowing that he ain't gonna do what they ask him to do. And then he go ahead and just do whatever. But then the other people just sit there like, oh, we can't do nothing. It's like, man, this is why I get so on my nerves, because we just let it happen. Man, if you come in my house and you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm gonna hit you in your mouth. That's just Where is the cut his mic off? Why y'all don't do that? Cut his mic off. But no, we just let him keep on. And you know who enjoys it? His base.
Oh, I saw Candace Owens and a whole bunch of other people they enjoyed it, they ate it up. They thought it was just the best thing ever. It was embarrassing. You're representing America. You are the president. You are the president, and you're acting like such an idiot on stage. It was just so embarrassing. Ricky, what are your thoughts on this? What do you even call
it? An embarrassment for Donald Trump. This is the thing. I don't think it's gonna really matter that much. I feel like America really haven't decided, who they're gonna choose as president. But I think Joe Biden did a good job tonight. I think he did what he was supposed to do, and that was. It's been for months. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can now.
Donald Trump has been talking for months about how Joe Biden has dementia and all that stuff, and Joe Biden just didn't look frail, which I don't think tonight he did. I think he did a pretty good job.
And you know what? I would have to agree with you. I was a naysayer. Ricky, you kind of going in and out, making me. So I really expected Biden to do horribly. I thought he was going to stumble a lot more. I thought he was going to trip up his words. He did a few times. However, overall, he held his own. I'm glad somebody got some water running in the background. Who's that?
Brandon.
So he really exceeded my expectations. And someone's asking, Who do you think won? If I had to choose a winner, I'd say Biden won because he definitely exceeded my expectations. Trump, he acted like a baby, like a toddler. Biden, Biden did what he exceeded what I thought he would do. I thought he was going to be embarrassed and totally mess it up. But I think he did what I thought. I think he did a decent job. I don't think there's anything Biden can say that's going to jack it up for him. I think people are already kind of sure about what they're going to do. I don't think there's any messing it up at this point.
I have to agree. I think Joe did what he needed to do. I think he remained as professional as he possibly could. I mean, he even said it himself. He's like, "What are we doing? Are we debating, or are we bickering like children?" So, and he said this is totally unbecoming of a president. So, I think he put it out there. He said what he had to say when he was asked a question, or when 45 tried to bring up the whole Hunter Biden situation. He said he admitted to his son having an issue, and I mean, for everybody in the military, we all know that Hunter had an issue. But I
Yes,
like
sir.
the fact that he didn't stray away. He didn't try to go too far to the left, too far to the right. He kept it down the middle as much as possible, and 45 just acted like the bottom of my shoe.
Did y'all think it was a debate, or did you? I felt like for this to be a presidential debate, I felt as though our president should have acted like an adult at least. I felt like we were watching a high
Yes.
school debate. High school when you have the debate team and they go back and forth. I felt like a simple thing as common courtesy to give 2 minutes should have been allowed. But when you try to over talking does not mean you're going to get your point across. Over talking does not mean you're correct. Over talking sometimes makes it seem like you don't know what you're talking about. So you just get very boisterous and very loud and try to over talk your opponent to not actually show that you have no idea what you're saying out of your mouth. And I just felt like I would have rather him act like the president tonight for once of the entire 4 years almost he's been in office, instead of just yelling and
Are you
screaming
are,
as if
are you
he's a young
surprised?
apprentice.
I ain't
I'm not
surprised.
surprised. One of the
Yeah,
I'm
things
I
he
not
mean
said.
surprised.
this is what we.
One
One of the
thing
things
I
he
did.
said. Oh, go ahead.
One thing I definitely didn't. It definitely pissed me off when I'm listening to it was the fact when he was asked a direct question, and I think Tam is talking about it right here. He didn't denounce the white supremacist groups at all, and he basically was like, well, sure, but however, like, no, man, like you were asked a direct question, and I think Joe did a good job of answering every question that he was asked directly. Sometimes he might have went like he started off to the left, but he got right back on track, So, but when you don't answer the question about your tax return,
Avoidance.
Mm-hmm.
you
And he
avoid
said,
that question. You avoid the the racial groups and denouncing the racial
That
group.
that was the worst moment of the night.
"What do you want me
Yeah.
to call him? What do you want me to call him?
That
I'm already
that
proud boy.
that
Stand back
made
and stand by. Stand
Yeah,
back and
not
stand by.
yeah
What
not
does that mean?
denouncing those
He doesn't know.
that was the worst thing I've ever seen. That was
ever.
horrible, and that's going to be
And,
played for
and then tried to
Over and
for a
over.
long
Over
time.
and over again.
and
Over
then
and
tried to say that
so
250 military leaders support him. First of all, homie, 250 senior leaders is a post. That is a post full of senior leaders, and there's only three generals for a post. That's the post commander, the deputy commander, and four. And depending on how many divisions are on the post, which is normally two. So, no, bruh, don't even try that.
Jake says Biden look like a deer in headlights. So, Jake, would
Were
you
you
say,
watching the same debate?
do you feel like
See,
there were times, but do you really feel like Trump did a good job? Do you feel like he was presidential at all? Do you feel is that a person you really want to run the country? It was an embarrassment, honestly.
Biden shocked me.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest. I went in thinking that Biden was not going to hold his own. As we know, we talked about this a little bit earlier. I didn't think Biden was going to go in like he was when he was vice president, because since he started running for president, he forgot how he used to debate as vice president. So
He started getting his groove.
it was kind of good to see him back in his old, mode. But it would be better to see both sides as being president.
Like, and then the thing about
and so
Ricky, you keep going in and out.
Am I going in and out? Oh, let me switch rooms. Hold on. I'll come back.
No, he didn't denounce the Proud Boys.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I was going to say I didn't see him denounce the Proud Boys, but maybe we were watching two different debates.
Maybe because he kept trying to belittle and denounce Antifa. What does Antifa got to do anything with the? Exactly, it's a whole ideal. What does that have to do with any of the white supremacist groups that are out here? All those white supremacists that were at those rallies, that the young man who went to literally shoot people who was a Trump follower. Need I say more? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, Trump is afraid to piss off his base, so he's not going to denounce anything because he know a lot of the good old boys are his base. Undercover racists, overt racists, covert racists that feel like he's the man that's really sticking it to the coloreds and the Mexicans and the Asians. He's not afraid to stick it to them and not do anything for them and talk crazy about them. So they like that. He's like the Grand Wizard at this point. So they like that. So he can't piss them off. So that's why he's not going to denounce any of that stuff.
But he's not even a Republican.
Right.
He is a Republican. He's a Republican. He's the Republican president of the United States of America. He's elected, like he said, which is true, almost 300 Republican judges. He is what he is.
Jake Capelli, no, he did not.
He did not. What did he say?
He never denounced white supremacists. You know what he said? Oh, there's a lot of good people in those crowds. There are plenty of good people within those crowds. That's what he said.
Get your facts. Watching the same debate.
Jake, he didn't do it tonight. I can tell you that.
Huh?
Right? And then he had a perfect opportunity to do it tonight. Mm-hmm. He interrupted a lot. He wasn't presidential, but we knew of that about Trump. Yeah, and that's what we hate about him. He shouldn't be president as a result of that. It's stupid. He lies. He lies over and over. Lies.
And this is why he's losing so bad. Tonight, Joe Biden shocked a lot of people. I wasn't surprised, but he shocked a lot of people only because this narrative that Donald Trump has been putting on for the last couple of months that, Joe Biden is senile and has dementia, which is not true. And this backfired on Donald Trump because Joe Biden came out and people who listen to Donald Trump saw that that's not true about Joe Biden. And I think it's going to have a major consequence for Donald Trump. He's going to lose even more. I think Joe Biden with this debate is going to go up at least 2 more points.
I think so too. I think he might end up taking Florida. Who knows?
Yeah. I think they're both senile, to be honest. I'm going to be 100%. Because Trump will tweet something, and then 2 days later, he forgot what he said.
Two old men fussing.
Yeah, they're both in their 70s.
Right, but also, Joe Biden have always stumbled over his words. He has a stuttering problem, and he's always been gap prone.
He said that he had a stuttering problem.
He's been gap prone for his entire political career. He always said stuff and just been very gap prone. So that's nothing new.
Oh yeah, let's see. Ricky, can you respond to this one?
Yeah.
So somebody said Antifa is not an ideal; it's an actual group. Well, let me break down what Antifa is for the person that was there, Christian.
Let me go back to it.
Yes.
Is Antifa okay? So, Antifa now a political protest movement compromising of autonomous groups affiliated by their militant opposition to fascism and other forms of extreme right-wing ideology. Ideal. What does ideology mean? It means ideal. Please get your facts straight before you come on the show and get yourself embarrassed, big dog.
Yeah, Antifa is not an organization at all. They don't have no, it's not that. What was weird is he's more concerned about that than he is about white supremacy. when the FBI director clearly states that is a bigger domestic terrorist threat than Antifa is, which isn't. So this whole thing, it's Trump says it, and people who support Donald Trump going to believe it. But
No matter what he said.
right, people who don't support him, people who just want to report facts, just report facts, and those facts know that's just not true. It's just
And
not.
the sad part is that since the whole debate started, there were about 20 different fact checks on anything that he said, and we wasn't even 30 minutes into the debate.
You know what, y'all? And I think I texted
Not
Lamar
even
this
30
during the debate.
seconds in.
Lamar, I think I texted you that Chris Wallace is gonna lose his job tomorrow at Fox.
What's name is
Chris
gone?
does not control his own house.
What's the name gone though? What's the guy who used to run Fox? He's not running it no more. Is it the crazy dude? The big guy?
You talking about Roger Ailes?
Yeah, he gone.
Did. He did, but you still got Rupert Murdoch. You still got the Murdoch family. They still control everything. You know what I mean?
Whatever they are. Yeah.
Do y'all feel like if they had a black woman up there, would the debate went the same way?
Oh no, it would. She would have shut them down. It should have been one of them up there. Should have been Joy Reid.
But this is the thing. Donald Trump is hard to shut him down. He's going to try to overtalk. I think Chris Wallace did with the best that he could do.
Post the transcript, Thunder.
And he made him look stupid. He really made him look like a first grader or a kindergartner. He don't know. He didn't. He didn't go to kindergarten and learn the basic rules of. Don't talk when people are speaking. Listen. It's
no. He said, "Oh, you better get on him too." Like, are we in kindergarten?
Like a little 5-year-old, like this. Oh, somebody grandpa.
Oh, get him too. Like, I feel like my kids were up there.
I think so many options on this debate tonight, and like I said, I think people are going to go in their corners.
No, Thunder, I would like you to post the transcript that you have stated that you just read. So just copy and paste
and we
it.
talk about Biden giving the police more funding.
We can talk about that. I mean, listen, there's no problem with adding funding to police if you're doing the right thing with it. If you adding in community policing and a whole bunch of different training.
All the stuff he said today, he sounded good, right?
There's no problem with that.
But did you hear what Biden said about the defunding from Trump's behalf? And Trump didn't refute it. He didn't say Biden was wrong. The 400 million.
Wrong.
He never said that was wrong.
Wrong. That's how you do it.
The interracial sensitivity training, because he's a racist.
Tim, yes. How was that racist?
Yeah. I truly
sensitivity training racist.
I think when you look at this debate as a whole, at the end of the day, Donald Trump made an ass of himself tonight, and I think America saw that.
And Jake, listen, Jake,
amen. That's
amen. Jake, you're probably on here thinking, look at all these colors, look at all these Negroes. They all going to be against Trump.
Please, I hope you're not thinking that. Don't think that.
You can be Republican.
Listen, and I'm not even a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. I vote. I'm a moderate, more independent than anything. So I'm a swing voter. So Trump is doing a great job of making me swing right on over to Biden. They talking to me. They not talking to people. They know who they're basically. They talking to me. I'm swinging right over to Biden.
Anybody
I'm with you, Lamar. I'm not
and claim that they Antifa or they this person. You're at a protest that's violent. That some are peaceful, some are violent. But when you talk about throwing Molotov cocktails and everything else that was going on, anybody could do that.
Can I ask this guy a question?
So before you come here and say that, Antifa was just this and this and this, understand one thing, my man. Please get your facts straight. Please understand, if you've never been to a riot before a day in your life, anybody can be anybody. And if you never had to deal with a riot a day in your life, don't step into a pond that you ain't ready to step in, man. Again, we don't support everybody. Look, we all up here. This is opinionated. This is subjective. But please be careful about what your facts.
Yeah, we don't. I believe none of us support violent protests.
Let's facts and not opinions.
Exactly. Come on, man.
First of all, I made the statement earlier today one of the most dangerous things that we have as human beings is the ability to forget. Did y'all not forget how y'all established this country? Do y'all not understand that y'all praise people because on 4th of July we got independence? Y'all think that we got that by doing kumbaya?
Whoa.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm coming from the perspective of nonviolence, as though that all of a sudden white people and those that support Trump that are black, they speak as though that the other side had never been violent before. And I'm thinking to myself, everybody gets violent when they feel like some type of rights is being violated,
That's right.
right?
That's
The
right.
They
white people
forgot the
get the
Boston
white
Tea
people.
Party.
That's
Everybody
right.
gets violent. So y'all can't keep blaming black people for violence when white people get violent if they take away your Second Amendment, right? So y'all
Or
can't
they
we
tell you
can't
to
keep
wear
talking.
masks. They tell you to wear
Well,
masks. You get violent.
But
that's
he
right. And
got
then you get
mad because
tased.
Biden had a mask on. Let's not forget that.
So this is that's too, well. I'm sorry, Tam, but I'm just giving this for the truth of the matter is y'all got to stop playing like black people are the only one getting violent. We're getting
That's right.
violent because our rights are being violated. And guess what? You would do the same thing if your rights are getting violated, right?
Exactly.
So that's it.
Yeah,
So if y'all want to put away
keyword.
black and white, then put away black and white and call a spade what a spade is, right? And the spade is on the table is this is a manipulated plot by Donald Trump and his people to try to keep y'all excited because I'm
Yes.
telling y'all it ain't
That's
like that
fact.
no more. We not
Fact.
entering in the building from two separate ways, right? We ain't no black interests and white interests. So I'm telling y'all
Fact.
when it's coming to the end, that's why Chris Wallace asked the question: are you gonna tell your people to stand down? He said, "No, y'all not gonna stand down. I just tell y'all, just don't come down my street with that. Don't come down my street with that when
Yes,
y'all getting
Eric.
violent because I'm telling y'all, I'm just telling you, I done spent about $350 on some nice little tips, and I'm telling y'all, I'm putting them in there, and I'm not. It's just gonna be what it is. So don't play dumb because y'all only cool when y'all don't like something. We don't like it
But
either.
but
Did y'all hear this
it's
though?
more than just interrupting. And I'm gonna answer down the strikes because it's more than just about interrupting. He was interrupting because he don't want to. Every time Joe Biden would start speaking facts, he would interrupt, and then he would interrupt with lies. And so now you got to fact check his, when he gets his 2 minutes, you all guys also got to
Oh,
fact
Jay.
check him when he interrupting his lies. And this is the issue: is that this president is just a bona fide liar. He's a con man, and he has conned Americans, and he
Narcissist.
has conned those who support him.
Very much so.
And that's just
Taxes.
reality. That's just
He never
that's the reality.
he flat out lied. We have New York Times has the information. $750 each year, and he can say millions. Fool,
Millions.
fool,
Know the right number. Nothing
we are
major.
fool. What is millions? Huh? What are you talking about? Can you just
Lamar.
I say
He knew this question was
$1
coming
in
up.
taxes.
He knew this
But
question
why
was
are we
coming up
upset?
in the debate. He knew it
But
was
why?
He
coming up.
probably thought because it was Fox News, they weren't going to ask him.
He knew it. No, he knew it was coming up. He's
Chris
not
Wallace?
prepared to answer the question
Chris
because he
Wallace
don't know
can't
the answer.
stand
He's
Trump,
a
and Trump
liar.
can't stand Chris Wallace because Chris Wallace don't hold back. He don't hold
That's
back with
good.
Trump.
I found me a
We
new
need,
moderator on Fox News. I like him.
you know who
If
we
he's
need
Chris
still
is pretty
there.
good.
as
Chris,
the
Chris,
as the
Chris is
person
a
of the
real
week?
journalist, though.
We needed to
He
have
is.
Samuel L. Jackson. That's who we needed to have.
But let me ask you
Samuel.
a
Who you say?
question.
I said we needed to have Samuel L. Jackson as the moderator because we'd
No,
have
it wouldn't have even went that far.
No, he'd have shut the show down. Let me ask y'all a question. Why are we so up in arms about him lying? Y'all knew he was coming to the States to do that. What is the? I
I mean,
don't
all politicians lie. That's nothing new.
like. I want
Not
to
to
be an
that point.
airplane
Over
pilot, and I want
20,000
to.
lives in his
No, I'm just
first
saying.
term.
I just want us to raise above the level, get above the storm clouds, and just call it what it is, man. It just
He's a
they
liar.
shouldn't even have another debate. Because why do I sit here and listen to him say, hey man, you like white people? Man, it was so funny. Did y'all hear what the dude said? He wouldn't even say white people when he
You
wouldn't
know,
even say white people
Brenton.
when he was talking about the diversity. He's like, well, I know how they feel they dealing with the certain people. It's like,
Yeah,
what you
Brenton.
mean certain people? You talking
Brenton.
about white people,
I agree
dude?
with you, Brenton.
I'm laughing.
I don't think there needs to be another debate. I really don't.
No,
Me
I think
neither.
this
There's
was
no
this was
unnecessary.
a this was
There's
a
no need. Just the vice
clown
president
show.
debate. I would like that.
Right. I don't think it needs to be another debate. I think that we've heard enough. We got enough
way
sound
more,
I
bites.
agree
way
with the
more
last
than enough.
comment. The
We got enough sound
uninterrupted.
bites to let us to last us to November 3rd. I promise
The
you.
And I
only
think
reason
they
I
the
watch,
flip flop it. They the flip flop it. They let Harris debate Trump and Pence debate
You know what?
Biden.
You know what, Lamar? I
nah,
probably
they'll
would agree
clean
with you
that
before
up.
the
I would agree
debate,
with that.
but Donald Trump, Biden did such a great job. He
He was
didn't.
trying
He
to
didn't
bait.
have to.
He was trying to
I
bait him on that.
bought football back. I bought the Big Ten back. They're
Oh
very
my God,
Yeah,
what is
Yeah,
this?
when that.
he
What
talked
is
about
this?
everything but
You
what
want
we
a
want
hug,
to
brother? You
hear
want
as
some cookies
president.
or something? You bought the Big
hey,
Ten, boy?
Hey,
before y'all say
let me tell y'all
I,
something about this, man. Watch this. This is what's so funny though. Only reason I'm gonna watch if they do it again is I want to see somebody go ahead and pull his card. Like they won't pull
Yeah,
his card. I just want somebody to
I
pull his
want
okay,
Trump.
card
Yeah,
and say this. I want somebody like a Joy Reid. See, they won't be smart enough to let a brother or sister get up there because he gonna
oh
like
no,
shut it
oh
down,
no,
sir.
Well,
You gonna have to
well,
get it
this
together.
I agree with Thunder.
Branson. Let me say something though. I think he might not agree to no more debates. This was supposed to be his easy debate. It was supposed to be. It's a Fox News moderator, right?
yeah, he ain't
And
gonna do it
now
no more.
everybody else is going to be coming from
Yes, he will.
CNN,
I'm surprised.
MSN.
I'm surprised he didn't walk out on it. I thought he was gonna walk out on it.
I
But
oh
think
you
I
no,
think
notice
he
when he
might.
doesn't really know something, he'll give that same smirk because he
No,
has
y'all
no
tripping.
idea what Biden was even talking about.
Biden
Well,
hit
he
the head
doesn't
on the
We
nail.
know.
He
just
said
He has a
he
tell
haven't
sign.
done
I
anything. He
hope he
don't know
doesn't play
nothing.
poker
but
let
know
because
something.
we
everybody.
can see.
This is
You know
his
something about
wheelhouse,
Biden.
y'all.
Biden had his notes. If you watch Biden,
I saw him tuck it. Yeah.
he was writing stuff down. He was listening. He was very cognitive of what was going on. He was attentive. He was listening. And if you sit back and you look over there, like Trump didn't write one note,
Anything down.
didn't
He
Nope.
take,
underestimated
and
his opponent.
and, and it's like
Oh,
Believe it?
the whole time it was
is that
No,
the opera music
The church
playing?
finger.
no, it's
just,
gonna
Time,
be.
time to go. Your
Right.
time is
I'm
up.
sorry, women.
I was looking at a comment and it started playing.
So,
but
hey, let me
it
ask y'all this question.
show
Let me ask.
again.
Let me
It
ask y'all
just
this question.
goes again.
I don't know what he called him at the beginning.
I think he called him Jeb or something.
Yeah.
It just goes to show again
Just
the level
disrespectful.
of stupidity.
Yeah.
Woo.
The level of stupidity that is
This
currently
man is our actual president, right?
And
Crazy.
ignorance.
Man,
and
y'all cannot think
and
this dude is
It's crazy.
this dude is not
I mean
dumb. He's
I
not
didn't
dumb, y'all.
honestly I really didn't
Brenton,
put anything past it.
I don't know, bro.
I was just hoping for. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't hoping for nothing. I was just
Can
interested.
Oh,
I'm curious. Do you realize that for him to be the president of the United States, he has so much to say about every other country except for the one you're in charge of?
He better be careful about what he said about Russia.
Every other
People gonna
country
come
but
for
Better.
that.
yours.
Right.
You know,
I want to ask y'all
I
a
think the
question.
worst
He acting
part
like
about
he's
this though.
best friends with every other country, but you're the president. He kept saying, you're farce and this and that. You're the president of the United States. It
Also,
falls upon you.
that's right, and I agree. I think he also did a horrible job in the coronavirus. I think Joe Biden did
Oh,
way better on that.
Horrible.
terrible.
Horrible. He when you say that you've done a phenomenal job and over 200,000 people are dead. When Joe Biden said that you are sitting in your home and there's an empty chair in your house, and this president is saying he's doing a phenomenal job. I think that was to me was like Trump
That
have
was
Man,
completely lost his
What do
mind.
y'all what do y'all think about Biden's statement when he said that he's for a little bit of what did he say? He said I'm for law and a little bit of order. What do you mean by that?
see, because of the whole
I
point
think
about what Donald Trump is trying to say. See, it's all about how somebody interprets what somebody's saying. Like we can say a word, but unless I know what you mean by what you're saying, then I can only take my interpretation of that word, right? And when you have Donald Trump using the word law and order, that's almost like Morse code. Everybody knows what MAGA means, and everybody knows what Black Lives Matter means. That means we're on two separate sides of the field, right? And so when somebody says law and order, they're not saying it the way Trump means it, right? Because what Trump mean is that we want to come in and do what old boy did at Selma, right? That's what he means. So he wants to bait Biden into saying law and order to say that Biden wants just the same thing that I want. I want to come in and wreck house. That's the whole point about that, because it's
Keep that
about what
up.
Trump
Keep go
means by
back
what he's
to
saying.
that thunderstrike. Go back to the Donald, and that's the issue right there. Because when you listen to just Donald Trump or just listen to Fox News, and I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but you hear that one side.
Mhm.
Biden never said anything about defunding the police, but
Never.
Donald Trump lies so much. If you just listen to Donald Trump, you will believe that's what he said. Put Tam question back up, what she said up. She said that Joe Biden said he was for law, order, and justice. And that's
That's
the
right.
truth.
That's
That's
the
what Biden said.
difference.
And that's the difference. You would think if you just listen to Fox News, listen to talk radio, that Joe Biden wanted to fund the police, and that he never said it, ever said it.
Yeah.
And it's been debunked by every single pundit that is not on Fox News.
Yeah. So I mean, again, we're talking about narratives, everybody.
Like Marcus,
I'm not
Everybody's
in
talking
agreement.
about narratives.
called Ghostbusters. Not too many smart people out there.
Am I the only one not in agreement with defunding the police?
Who
I
Oh,
said
don't
anything?
know. Nobody else said about defunding the police.
Okay,
yeah,
because
I'm,
But
everyone's.
yeah.
I think people felt. I don't think every. Okay, so I don't know who is in agreement. But I know I'm not in agreement with defunding the police. I agree that it should be revamping of the police.
I
okay,
think
so
we
can
should.
I can I can I say something about the defunding of the police? The thing
Sure.
is that what Joe Biden said today was pretty much defunding the police. They're saying that they weren't saying that the fund. My understanding is defunding the police mean take those resources and apply it to systems that you give into the police and reallocate it to therapists, counselors, school districts, education. That's what they're saying. They wasn't saying just take away the police department. And I think that stuff came from the right. They took. I do think the name does sound very misleading, right? When you say defund the police, you
It
mean
does. It's
it
just
does.
the way it
And-
reads.
But
Gotta
and
word
that's
it.
kind of what's been the argument about the name.
Yes, Tam. That makes
Right.
sense.
The name has been people are saying, well, we should call it something different. And they like, no, we don't want to call it something different. We're saying what it
Reform.
is. And nobody's listening to what we're talking about.
We're
And
and,
people are not listening to what you're talking about because it's just like the Black Lives Matter movement. Back in 2012, 2013, everybody was hating on the Black Lives Matter movement. Now everybody truly understand what the movement means, what it is. Defunding the
No, they
police
don't.
don't mean taking away funds from the it
More
just
so than back
yeah,
then.
destroying the police department. They don't mean that. It mean reallocating funds to better help assist the police officers.
Okay.
Biden
So
Well, what debate were you watching?
and never brought riots. 4 days to discuss peaceful solutions and
see,
What
this
never.
is what
channel
I'm
you were
talking about, y'all.
watching?
What is he talking
But
about?
this is what
What
but this is
channel were
what I'm
you
talking
on
about.
so I know not to watch it next time?
But this is what I'm talking about to everybody. Like this moment right here, what y'all reading, it's like clickbait. It's like, why would I even entertain that? You can't tell me it's raining outside and you pissing on my shoe. I don't even want to talk to that type of situation, right? Because it's not
Well, you gotta
even
think
necessary for us.
that
But
Burton, that
wait,
is this situation.
but
That
wait
is
a
an
minute.
opinion. And you got 60
No,
some
no,
million people voted for Donald Trump
no,
last
little
election.
Ricky. Let me
But
tell you something.
we're
That's
talking about
cool.
this comment that was just made.
That's what I'm saying. Like we can't. Like it's no way for me to tell somebody that Joe Biden didn't say. Like somebody still believe that Joe Biden thinks that Joe Biden wants to defund the police.
Defund
I
the police.
guarantee you. They
Yeah,
that. So it doesn't matter that he said it. It's the fact that they want to believe what they want to believe, and that's why I'm trying to get us to stop getting caught up. Even with Donald Trump, I'm telling y'all. Even if this man made $400 million from The Apprentice, he's not dumb. You can't be dumb and
He's a
make
businessman.
money. So
he's a
that's what
horrible
I'm saying.
businessman.
You
But
He
can.
well, I,
he can
I
be a he can
whether
be he can be a
listen,
he can
You
be
can be dumb and make money.
and make money. And he's a horrible businessman.
This
And
is
you
on
can
your
see he
team.
loses money all the
but
time.
but when I say
If
dumb,
your
I'm
team
talking
is
about.
strong and you're weak, if you can make money,
But what I'm saying, you even got to be smart enough to listen to your team. So what I'm
he
saying is
doesn't.
he's not.
He doesn't listen to his
Well, what I'm
team.
saying though, hear me out. Hear me all the way out. What I'm gonna tell y'all, so you won't hone in on that word I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like he's not dumb as a whole entity of a person. He's smart enough to understand what works for him. He's an opportunist. He takes
That's right.
the opportunity to allow people to bicker amongst themselves about something that he says. And
That's
guess
right.
what? If it works for him on one way, he'll say it one way. I mean, dude, just 2 weeks ago he was talking about not wearing masks, and now all of a sudden he said I'll wear it if it's necessary.
Oh,
But
I walk around with a mask. I like masks.
Yeah, Jeb Bush
Right.
said
Then
it.
he got upset that Biden had a mask on coming into the debate.
But
Who
Brenton,
gets upset if
To
someone
your
trying to
point,
protect their health?
to your point, Jeb Bush said it best in the 2015 primaries. He said Donald Trump is a chaos candidate. He'd be a chaos president. This
He
And
dude
is.
y'all,
loves chaos. He loves to sow chaos. He loves to sow division. And Jeb Bush was right. And we've seen
can
it.
I tell you
We saw
something?
it tonight. We've seen it for 4 years.
Let me tell you something with that.
Imagine
There are
4 more years with that.
there are people in the hospital on the 6th floor that are chaotic. But you know why we don't listen to them? Because we know that they crazy. The
That's right.
problem is it's not Donald Trump, right? It's the people that want Donald Trump to say those things. He's not the problem. It's the people who support him that is the problem. And the people that support him is the people that are going out here running over people in their cars, right? Putting out guns to people that's walking down the street protesting. Those are the people who are the problem. Donald Trump just saying what everybody else don't want to say, but then now because he said it and he's looking at them like, oh, it's not that bad. We'll come out.
He is the
Okay, well, we
problem,
can
though.
act the fool. No, he's not. It's
because
the people
because
who
it's coming
support
from
him.
the White House. That stuff is coming from the White House. If it was just coming from somebody that's on Apprentice, it would be like he's an idiot.
I promise
But
you, Lil
it's
Ricky.
coming from the White House, and now he has this platform.
In
It's a problem.
2008, if Barack Obama was in the White House and said, "Black people, act the fool. We finna get some money." Do you know how many black people won't act the fool? Because they're gonna look at our president and be like, "Are you crazy? You lost." So you can't tell me
That's because we
just
think
because.
differently.
I'm just saying he's a part of the problem. He's not the whole problem, but he's
He
a
is
part of
a
the
part
problem.
of it.
But
He's a
he's
major
less
part
of
of
the
it.
he's lesser of the two problems. The
You,
people who
you
want to
know
get
how
on
he
here
know?
and
Let me
say,
say one
I
thing.
disagree. I disagree.
Let
When
me
you
say
tell
one
when
thing,
you tell
Brenton,
people not to wear
to
masks,
rebuttal that.
when you hold rallies, when you endanger lives, when you would bungle and just mishap this coronavirus, you have these people die. He's a big part of the problem.
You know
they have a
also how
name
he's
for
a
those
part of
type
the
of people.
problem. So he told this is how much
I agree
power
with
he
you though.
has
I
in
know what
his
you're talking
mouth.
about, bro.
This is what he told his people. He told them, go vote twice. What did they do?
They have a name for those type of people, though, Shahana.
But I'm saying he has power
How's
in his
that?
words. He has
They
a
get a
lot
check
of
on the
people that follow him.
they get a
So he
check on the
is a
first and
part
the
of the
fifth.
problem. It's like,
Whoa.
what's the guy with the coat that had everybody drink the Kool-Aid and they all died?
He said, "Whoa."
What?
I didn't. He ain't got power over me.
I'm not
No,
saying you,
no.
I'm saying his followers. Are you his follower?
Oh God, no.
Okay,
Jesus.
No,
I
no.
said his followers.
No, he said that those people, the people
No,
that are the ones that get a check on the 1st and the 15th.
no. The
I get
first and
check
the
on
fifth.
Oh,
first and
no,
15th.
The
no, stay
first
in
and the
You
Oh,
talking
fifth.
about?
He
You
takes
talk,
the first and the 15th. It doesn't mean that
They get
he
a
has power over us.
they get a social security check and they get a supplemental income for disability check.
oh,
But
Those are
so
the
the
type of
state
people.
employees get paid the first and the 15th. That's not all just because you get Social
I said
Security
the
or
first.
you talking
military.
about?
I said
You
the
talking about
first
MR?
and the
he
fifth.
said the 1st
That's
and the
right.
5th. I thought he said
You
the
talking
15th.
about?
I was like, oh,
I'm not going, Brenton. Stop. Don't do
You
that.
talking about retarded folk?
Whatever.
Don't do
No,
that.
that's right. And then
Lamar,
somebody tell you to jump. Listen, if somebody tell you to jump off the cliff into a pit of broken glass just because he said it, you're gonna do it. Then something's wrong with you, right? Just because he tell you don't wear a mask, you make the decision not to wear a mask, not because he said it. He will never tell me to do something until he tell me he got another $1,200 waiting on, and I gotta go to the post office. Then I go. But other than that,
Ricky,
you can't tell me to do
that's because you
nothing.
have a mind. All
Ricky
his
wants to talk about
followers
climate
have
change when I know you're passionate about climate change.
I am passionate about climate change because it affects us daily. We see it. We see it with hurricanes. We see it with
very much so.
all kinds of just natural disasters on this planet. And people think that climate change is far away, and it's not. And it wrecks our economy. And so, but yeah, I think that you know he Joe Donald Trump is Donald Trump. He doesn't believe what the scientists say, and he said it tonight. He doesn't. So he got other
Because he
prepared.
believes the one that agrees with him.
That's right. That's right. And I think Joe Biden mentioned that. If you disagree with Donald Trump, you wrong. No matter
But can we
what.
take that for just a second too?
It's
Because what
not
do we
simple
do?
to just renounce you being a U.S. citizen. There's some protocols you have to follow. You were
But
born
watch
here,
this, y'all.
but be great.
That's fine. Listen, people say that about Barack Obama too, and they were
Right.
still American citizens.
Let him go ahead
You
and
know,
do it.
it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. You know, we all
That's not even a
Americans.
real
But
name.
when you have Donald Trump saying blue states versus red states, and you got a blue America versus red America,
It's not.
that is somebody who don't look at all Americans the same, and that's an issue. What'd you say?
I mean, my man
That's not
said
even a real name.
What's not a real name?
he
Tom Harmonic. That's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all come out these closets, bro. Y'all come out these closets, man. Get out behind them signs, them sheets. Those not even real names, man. Y'all come on, man. That's why we different. That's why we different. Like, I'm not scared.
That's
People
right.
are scared.
People
They
said that
hide
when
behind
Trump
stuff.
won too, they were gonna leave. People say that every time somebody they don't like win, they gonna leave. Nobody leaving nowhere.
Hey, you
So,
going nowhere?
Nobody going nowhere.
Oh,
What's
you
his
got no
name?
money. You
Bertha,
got
what's
no
his
money.
name?
You got no money.
Bertha, what's his name?
I mean, but hey,
Tom
man,
Harmonic.
but if that's what he want to do, man, let him go ahead and.
That's not your government. That's not your government name. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, I don't even take a comment seriously, bro. When you don't come on here and you won't own up to your position, then don't listen. I respect you, say all you want to, but going to take you serious. And give me your government name. That's what I'm saying, man.
What's his name,
This
dog?
is the problem.
What's his name?
Tom Harmonic. I'm just saying, bro. Let's keep it 100, man.
That's not
That's
even
the
a real
problem.
name.
All right. That ain't what you taking to the. That ain't what you taking to the bank.
That's not what he going to vote with when he go vote. That's not
No,
gonna be
that's
the
right. Well, that man one of them fake ballots they getting right now.
yeah.
One of them fake
Yeah.
dollars that
Oh,
they throwing, look, that they throwing in the river, that they throwing in the
It's a
creek,
myth.
y'all.
Ah,
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Oh,
it's
God,
time
y'all
to go.
crazy. All right, y'all ready to do final thoughts, y'all. Let's do it. Everybody get a chance to do their final thoughts and we'll be out here. All right. There we go. All right, who wants to start? Oh, how about that, Sean? All right, Sean, you want to start with final thoughts?
My final thought will be tonight to do not just go in the voters booth and just vote strictly one way. Like, really put some thought, research, and really put thought into your votes, because the problem is people vote straight ticket, and that's not always a good thing. I'm not saying keep Donald Trump in office, because I know certainly I'm not going to. But outside of the president, we have to make sure when we're voting for our House, our Senate, our representatives, everything, that we're not just straight Democrat, straight Republican. We need to actually stop trying to follow suit and vote whichever you think, and research the people in your city, your state, and make sure when you are voting that you're doing something beneficial to you, not just for the president, but for you actually being here as a citizen in the United States. You need to vote more than just being president.
What?
Again, is that another name?
That may be
Archer
real caution.
A1. Oh my God.
But I think this is a Democrat though. He called Trump Agent Orange, and he said basically saying the Democrats need to do something for black people, which I agree with. I agree with that actually.
Oh,
Joe,
I saw
Joe,
Jim Crow Joe.
Jim Crow. Listen, Jim Crow Joe. Black people is the reason why Jim Crow Joe
I
is
didn't see
the
that.
presidential the Democratic nominee.
I didn't see that part.
Jim Crow.
But,
Come on now.
I'm
yeah,
not even going to debate that.
Thunder
All right.
Strikers, we do this. Thunder Strikers, we have a show every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But yes, we are going to do this if there's a second debate, and we're going to do it after the Harris Pence debate as well.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Yep.
No, it ain't.
I would like
No,
to
it
wrap
ain't.
things up because I got to get out of here. But I would say this, Shonda, I love you, sister. But 2020, vote straight ticket, especially if you vote Democratic. Listen, we got to win the House. We got to win the Senate, and we got to keep the House. And we got to give Joe Biden the opportunity, if he becomes president, to be able to make some moves. And so, this maybe not for your city, but for your state.
Well, I'm gonna who left?
Vote straight ticket. But I would say this: the debate was, I think, was horrible night for Donald Trump. Joe Biden didn't hurt himself at all. He did. I think he's gonna get a little boost from this debate because I think people are gonna really see that people that was on, like you said, swing voters, they're gonna be like, ooh, I don't really like this guy like that. I think he did a horrible job. So yeah, I think great night for the Democratic Party.
For sure, I agree. Who next?
I guess my final thoughts is vote. We all must vote. We definitely have to vote. We can't be afraid to vote straight down the line. I think this will probably be the first time that I ever vote straight down the line. Usually I'm moderate too, even though I'm a Democrat.
This year, we gotta probably do that.
This might be that one time that I just go straight down the line. Mm-hmm. People don't get so caught up or be nepotized to what somebody is saying. Use your brain, use the left side of your brain. Opening your eyes and see it for what it is. If you watch the debate tonight, it should show you clearly what you're dealing with. And if you didn't understand the people and the individuals that you're dealing with, I hope this lets you see what you're dealing with right now. And every vote counts. If not, it'll just be thrown in the creek. But that's total. That's
all right, Brent, what you got, sir?
That was funny.
This is what I want to say. Number one, I don't take you seriously in your comments if you don't use your government name. Number two,
what?
Racism is a pig pen. Classism is the biggest problem that we have. Ladies and gentlemen, what you saw was reality TV at its finest. You saw Donald Trump doing what he does best. This doesn't change your vote, no matter what. You're going to vote whatever way you want to vote. I'm just telling you, don't be a dope head. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying, listen, man, all we trying to do is give myself a voice to a country that acts on ignorance. That's it. So if y'all want to know our opinions and what we really think, you don't have to wait for no debate. Just get on and we'll tell you. Ask questions, but use your government name. That's it.
All right, here's my. All right, so I think let me do my final thoughts. So the big track. Where y'all at? Hold on, I want y'all to be on too. How we do that? Here we go. All right, so I feel like I can't agree with the whole straight ticket thing because I don't necessarily want a Senate full of Democrats. I just don't. I feel like we need checks and balances. I'm not all for all the. I don't want Biden to be able to get in there and do every single thing that he wants to do. I think he's better than Trump, and he needs to go in there and bring some normalcy back to the White House and to Washington, the executive branch. But I don't want him trying to muck and put in every liberal agenda that he has, like the one in California where transgenders get to choose what prison they get to house in based on how they identify. I don't want all that happening. So I think we need to vote Trump out, but vote your conscience when it comes to your local government and the House and the Senate. That's my piece. I know many won't agree, but I'm an independent. I'm not bought and sold by any party.
Brenton, what's his name again?
Time harmonics.
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 I want to know who that is.
Oh no, but hope that make sure you come back, time harmonics. That was hilarious. I did that. Oh man, that was so funny. Oh man, who the governor of Florida?
Nick I'm not looking at that no more, man.
Lamar.
Hold on, what's that? What's up?
Why you do that, dog?
You in this damn picture.
I'm done.
Right on that. Black people vote for Trump.
What's the name again? What's the name again, Brendan?
Time harmonics.